G'day. Right, I have found this scrap piece of plywood. I have these leftover laminations from previous projects that I want to use to turn into a product and a profit. But first, I needed to make some space to accommodate the CNC, and as you may know, I ditched the miter saw with no regrets. I figured I simply cannot have all the things in this space, and I just have to figure out different ways of doing other tasks.
Dane Z, still no regrets, mate? In share beaut?
Alrighty, let's get into the good oil of this video. I want to design a product and sell it, multiplied by mass production, if I can. However, for me, trying to go full business human, this is more about the process than the actual product. I thought I would start with something pretty simple, something that other woodworkers may like, a push stick. I think it is a great first project while I get my head around this machine. I purchased a pretty generic design for a push stick off Etsy. I imported that into the software and carved it out on the CNC. I'll check it out, my first project. It's an unfinished push stick. Okay, so apparently there's some settings in here to turn off whatever that line is. So I've got the gurus on the job because I cannot find where to turn that off. Anyway, it's all working pretty cool up until that. And after that balls up was sorted, I had a push stick produced by the CNC. I'm using MDF for all the prototypes because it is pretty inexpensive. Now, a little side interruption. And also to test this CNC a little bit more, I have the task of producing a happy 50th anniversary sign that would be hung up at my oldie's 50th wedding anniversary party. Cut a long story short, the celebration has been and gone, and it was a fantastic night. So, just one more time. Hey Dad, turn up the TV and tell Mum to get out of bed. Okay, I just want to say thank you for being amazing parents and for everything that you have done for all of us, and all of us knows who those us's are. We love you very much. So one more time, happy anniversary for 50 years married. Mum and Dad, they Dana made me. And speaking of anniversaries, is your name Jamie and your anniversary is on the 4th of December? Well, Nicole wanted to get you a shout out. So here it is. G'day Jamie, happy anniversary. Pressure is on now, mate, to do something equally as random as this. Alrighty, back to the CNC action. If I'm going to start some sort of mass production, I'll need to start thinking about being a little more efficient to mass production things. So firstly, I'm improving the spoil board with some T-track. That'll give me way more ways to clamp down stock, set up batches for calves, etc., etc., or should I say, to mass production things again. Got another prototype on the go, and I wanted to throw back to a little Bill and Ted, of course, which I thought would be a little bit of fun and also a bit of a piss take, but at the same time a safety message. I will get back to you on those options later. For now, onto more design options for a push stick that I can call my own. And I do kind of like this style, with the main feature being its length for pushing stock right through the table saw blade and then being able to flick it out from the other side of the blade, keeping the fingers well clear and not needing to reach forward to grab the stock. I'm also experimenting with some fonts and getting my coin slots sorted for a little Dana made branding. At this point, I was thinking the offcuts only challenge winners may like a push stick. While I think of the final design, I have decided to get started on the stock for these push sticks. And because it is somewhat of an experiment, I've decided to use the ply pallet I found and a few leftover offcut laminations from around the shed, and also these very early days pallet punter slab glue ups that I found up there. With my final two variants designed and sizes sorted, I can crack on with the stock that is required to produce a few push sticks. I think I'll also have more of a chance of selling them if they are on brand with what I am doing here in the shed. So anything recycled got a gig. And I figure you can't really go wrong when you glue pieces of wood to other pieces of wood. Okay, here we go. I have 2 variants loaded up into the software, and all I need to do is start carving. I can only do 2 push sticks at a time. However, I can increase that when I produce more stock that is a suitable size for mass production. I'll probably say this many times, but the beauty of the CNC is while it is carving away, I can get on with other steps in the process while that thing is working away, or work on something entirely different here in the shed. I have finished just 2 push sticks for now, as I wanted to double dip the system and submit these as my 5 years ago challenge that was laid down by Phil Shinbine at Gradually Wizardly. The gist was to make something you simply could not have made 5 years ago. I could have made a push stick 5 years ago. I couldn't have made a push stick with a CNC 5 years ago. The second requirement was to give your thing away. So about 4 years ago, I started a YouTube channel, which at first almost no one watched. And then along came James from Fix It Fingers. Anyway, he started binge watching every single video that I had uploaded onto YouTube. Now, as well as James being a dead set good bloke, he's at a point in his life where he is going to be very, very tired. And when you're very, very tired, you tend to do very stupid things. So, if you're going to do stupid things because you're very, very tired, then you're going to need as many push sticks for your table saw as possible. Or just stay away from the power tools altogether, James. Mass production continues. And by mass production, I mean I'll be making 8 push sticks. 2 push sticks for James, 3 push sticks are going to the offcuts only winners: Damien, Splinters 66, Anthony from Barber's Paddock Woodworking, and Colin from Sustainable Scrapworks. I did away with the offcuts only wording at the time in case they didn't actually want a push stick, and then I could sell these things to somebody else. So that leaves a grand total of 3 push sticks. Mass production, mass fail. Okay, quick plug for CNC 3D, who provided me with this machine. In short, they are an amazing Aussie-based company who I cannot speak highly enough of. Here is an example. I asked them if they had a 100mm dust boot for better extraction in my shop. They did not have one, so they immediately designed and 3D printed one and sent it up to me to test out. Test complete, it is awesome, and now you can buy a range of different dust boots on their website. Now, these slabs are made from all the thin strips of offcuts I had saved from my many pallet projects over the years. I was meant to use them in a previous video, however, I thought they would be great to use on the CNC. So I again flashed up the parody / safety message using my faves, Bill and Ted, for these cool signs, and I have myself another product that I can keep on my website and hopefully people buy them. Again, while the CNC is carving away, I can keep going on the mass production. Alright, I'm making some signs, some shop signs. Not sure who else would want these other than maybe some woodworkers. Generally a 2-step process. Step 1, cut wood. Or step 2 again? Step 2.
Pour resin.
Cut wood. What does he say?
Say it with me, pour resin.
What did he say?
Dainsy, it's not rocket surgery. Cut wood, pour resin. Come on.
Cut wood, pour resin. Genius. No Midas all. No regrets.
No regrets. Who's he kidding?
I've been using a bit of Danish oil. Danish. It's quickly becoming one of my favourites. I don't know why, but it's Danish. Danish, or is it Danes-ish? Or is it Danesy-ish? Okay, I have a few of these shop signs available on my website if you are interested. I'll also be making some more pallet punter themed variants, and I'm going to be making those in another video, which will be on my other channel. As well as making the items, I'm going to be banging on about some other things. So thank you very much for everyone who's already subbed up to that channel. I promise there is some content coming very soon, just bear with me. Okay, so I've not gone overboard with the Bill and Ted themed stuff. I am still unsure if I might actually be sued, but I am keen to make these push sticks as well, so let me just investigate if I can get away with it based on parody or something. So I will definitely get back to you soon. However, if you are a lawyer and you know the answer, could you let me know, please? Pro bono, of course. Well, here we go. I have prototyped, produced, and profited, as long as somebody buys at least one thing. And if these prove at all popular, I can easily carve out more anytime and have them up on the website for sale. Otherwise, no big deal. I've shown myself what I've got to do to produce, prototype, and profit from an item, and all that done with a CNC in my backyard shed. Okay? Catch you later.
Mm-hmm.